Go live in a second now. It for some reason it didn't save anything, so I had to fucking fix shit.
All right.
Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to the first live stream for Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE. I am the Golden Bolt, I'm the one playing through the game, and with me is my co-host Brax. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey guys, this is Brax, and I'm back for another live stream with Bolt. And I'm excited to look at this one today, this game.
Now, you've only seen what I showed off in my top 10 video last year, correct?
Yes, that is the only thing I know about this game.
Okay, so this will be interesting. For anyone who doesn't know, this is a JRPG made by Atlus in the style of a sort of Shin Megami Tensei Persona sort of game. But it was originally developed under another name, which was Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem. So this has a lot of Fire Emblem mechanics and characters all kind of hidden in the game as well. So we're going to have a bunch of cutscenes here at first. Yeah.
Well, every game has cutscenes at the beginning.
I love me some cutscenes. For anyone who doesn't know as well, this game is entirely in Japanese. There is English, text and everything, but any voice acting will be in Japanese.
Well, that's convenient.
Yeah, it's nice.
This isn't anime, is it? Have you made me watch anime?
I'm making you watch some anime.
No.
So the main plot is that, well, we'll get to it. I won't say too much about it, but it's very deeply hidden in Japanese culture, mainly around like pop idols. That's the best way I can put it. So yeah, this is just that little girl there is that Tsubasa or is that Kiria? That's Tsubasa. There are two characters here. Don't worry about it. Tsubasa's pretty much the main character of the game, but she's not the one you play as. So we're going to go through a little bit of this for now. How are we sounding so far?
We sound good.
very...
I'm not sure if chat is working again. It said aloha from you.
Yeah, I saw that, and it's not coming through from me, which is weird.
It might be from when we restarted it.
It might be. Let me see if I can fix that on the fly while these cutscenes play. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Shit does not want to work for us.
I know, Restream's being a total ass.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll figure it out eventually. So yeah, this game is very musically focused, hence the sharp, as you're going to be hearing in a second, or now if you're watching live. What were we going to say, Brex?
Oh, I was just going to say something about the subtitles. So you have to read, basically, right? That's
Yeah,
what
I'll do some reading. There's some other stuff that's limited to the Wii U's gamepad because this is a Wii U game, and I'll read those. There's like a little texting feature this game has.
So I think someone, it may have been you, or maybe one of the other guys that were talking about the game. It's sort of like Persona, right? You could say that?
It's Shin Megami Tensei and Persona are part of the same series technically, but Persona kind of split off into its own series recently. But they're part of the same core gameplay style.
Yeah, I can kind of tell that already, sort of.
Yeah. Let me reopen Restream's app. Maybe that'll help. Or maybe it won't. We'll find out. But yeah, another fun fact, since this is an Atlus game, they brought in the company, I don't remember the name of the company, but they brought in the company that actually made the anime-styled cutscenes for Catherine, another game I've looked at on my reviews. So these actual cutscenes are the same company that made Catherine's.
Okay, that's neat.
Okay, so we're going to get started with actual gameplay here in a second. So that girl right there that you're seeing on screen, that is, again, Tsubasa. We cut ahead a little bit further if you weren't paying attention to the cutscenes. And this is... I don't remember his name. Shit. We'll hear it in a sec. Itsuki. His name's Itsuki. That's what it is. Okay. I wonder what's taking Toma so long. Oh, and here's the texting. Okay, so I can't show this directly, but on my screen, on the gamepad, I'm getting a text, and my Wii U gamepad is vibrating. You can actually hear it if I hold it up.
Yeah, I can hear it.
So they use a texting app called Topic, and so I'm going to tap the screen and read the texts from Itsuki's friend Toma, who has red hair. So remember him as Red Hair. And I have Restream working now, so we're good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, so Toma said, Blar, sorry, running late. Seriously, I just got off the stage. And then he said, sorry, man, gah. And I was the one who set this whole thing up, too. And then I have the option of saying, don't worry about it, or, well, I'm going home. Let's go with, well, I'm going home. And then he said to me, come on, man, don't be so pissed about it. I'm apologizing, right? Please. And then he sent me an emoji. There's some weird emojis for each character. I'll have to explain those later. And then I said, joking, don't worry. Oh, by the way, I saw someone who looked a lot like Tsubasa in Odaiba today. Odaiba is part of Japan. Did she tell you anything about her plans? Nope. It was probably someone else then. Anyhow, I'll just be there as soon as I can, so just hang on a little bit more. And then he sent me another emoji. So each character's emoji are based on something related to what their character is going to be during the actual combat gameplay, and something that plays in later.
Oh,
so
that's pretty cool.
His is actually a superhero that he's a big fan of, like a fake TV superhero. And now we're going to go talk to Tsubasa. Tsubasa's parents, we're going to hear about this in a little bit. Tsubasa's parents were killed or kidnapped or something in that play in the beginning of the game. And no one knows what happened, but they all just disappeared. And there's little things here and there. You can talk to people. You can check posters. You know, the usual JRPG stuff.
Right.
Okay. So here is Tsubasa. Now, the one thing is they jokingly play on some JRPG tropes where they play Tsubasa as the love interest character, but she never goes anywhere with that. It's mainly a joke. Okay, and then dialogue. Should I read the dialogue? I don't really feel like reading dialogue for that stuff. People can read.
Yeah, I would hope so.
When it's important, I'll probably read some stuff. So, who's Kiria? Let's ask. Kiria is the #1 pop star in Japan in this game, for anyone who doesn't know.
Okay.
We will meet her later. So yeah, this game's fucking weird. Okay, so I'm not a huge fan of Shin Megami Tensei, and I'm not a big fan of Fire Emblem at all. So this game should not appeal to me at all, especially since the plot is based around Japanese pop music. Like, I should not care about this game at all, but this game is fucking amazing. Like, it has, honestly, and we'll get to it, it has the most satisfying battle system I've ever seen in a JRPG.
Yeah, it looks weird. I'll say that.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Well, that's the most important thing in JRPGs is normally the battle system. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I love stories and plot lines and stuff, but the battle system is what makes me keep playing, you know?
Yeah. So, Tsubasa is trying to apply to this competition here to be the next big Japanese pop star, essentially. That was what that whole conversation was. The characters in this game are great, by the way. So once we get to actual important stuff, I'll start reading, because they are hilarious. Okay. Oh, what was that? That was weird. You'll see in a sec, Prax. A little bit of foreshadowing.
Oh, a little literary technique. Okay.
Some hashtag technique. Okay.
Oh, that thing in the red.
Yeah, the monster.
In the mirror. Yeah.
I will say, I don't know any Japanese. I know like one sentence as a joke, but I don't know Japanese. I don't know if it's good voice acting, but for someone who doesn't know it, the voice acting in this game is pretty good. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like no matter what, everything you would ever hear out of another language sounds good.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is why I never got...
Especially considering that you're a weeaboo. So.
Oh, I'm a weeaboo now. Oh, damn.
Yeah,
I wish I knew that.
So which one of these young ladies is your waifu?
They're all shit, so none.
Oh, man.
But yeah, Tsubasa is... Right now, at this point in the game, she is super awkward. And she stays awkward for most of the game, but like she kind of comes out of her shell as the game goes on. So it's actually pretty well written for a plot that doesn't really matter. Like, there's no... Oh yeah, they do a bunch of translation stuff. So she just said I think she said it's nice to pleat you, is what she said. I wasn't reading it.
Nice to pleeb you?
Pleat. She meant to say it's nice to meet you, but I think she said nice to pleat you. So
she's nervous, I guess.
She's nervous, awkward. Oh, and another ghost guy. And she's glowing too. What
yeah,
could that
just said it.
Mean?
I'm pleased to pleat you.
I'm pleased to pleat you. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. She was balking backwards.
Yeah. Okay. And the stream's looking good, actually. I don't see anything...
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't see anything coming up weirdly here. This game came out last year, for anyone who doesn't know. This game came out in June of 2016, I believe. Might have been like late June or late May, I'm not sure. But this game, like I said, I bought it mainly because it was a Wii U game, and when you see a Wii U game that's on sale, or like, it comes out at all, buy it, because it will be a lot more expensive eventually. And this game just, like, everyone was hyped for it when it was announced as Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem, because that sounds like an amazing game. I mean, it's Fire Emblem with traditional JRPG elements. How could that not be good,
Oh yeah, totally.
But then when they showed off the official trailer for it and it was just J-pop, everyone got pissed, and I just laughed. Like, it was so stupid that I was like, this has to work. Like, there's no way this won't work. And I was right, it really does work.
Yeah, you were right. It was June 24th.
June 24th? Oh, that's right, because I was at Too Many Games when it came out, and my copy was just sitting there at home. That's right. Okay. Oh yeah, it was Tsubasa's sister that was the pop idol, not her mom.
Get it right. Oh.
I haven't played this game in a while. Speaking of having not played this game in a while, I found out today that my save file got corrupted, so that was fun. I hadn't actually completely beaten the game at this point. I was still trying to go back bit by bit, grind, and get closer to beating the game. I was pretty close to the end. But I found out that my save file, because I transferred it from my external USB to my Wii U, for some reason the game would not read the save file anymore. It was still there, and I transferred it back to the USB, but it's gone. So I have to play this game from scratch now anyway. So streaming it is where it works for me.
First world problems.
Yeah, hashtag. So yeah, this MC Gojwin, I don't know how to pronounce Japanese. We're gonna go with Gojwin. He is trying to kidnap Tsubasa, as we're gonna see in a second. Oh, that's one of my favorite lines. Fucking, you took it, hook, line, and sinker. I swear that had to be straight from fucking. It's me,
Die
Austin.
Hard.
What was that?
I said, or Die Hard.
No, none of that. It's definitely Vince McMahon.
It's definitely Jeremy Irons. line and sinker. So the way this is building up, I'm thinking that this is going to be in typical JRPG fashion. There's going to be like a main cast rather than a main character.
Yes. Like I said, Tsubasa is the main character if there was one, and Itsuki kind of plays as the straight man to everything that's going on. But you're playing as Itsuki though.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we're about to get into actual gameplay. Each chapter is very formulaic, and that's probably one of the game's shortcomings, honestly, is that the game has 7 chapters and this prologue here. And each chapter starts out about the same. You go and you talk to people, you do stuff, and then suddenly dungeon, villain, go to the dungeon, fight the villain, beat the villain, the end. It's very, very, very formulaic.
So Gojuin is using these things in these red shawls or whatever to his advantage?
He is possessed by whatever the dark magic is.
Okay.
And so that's why, if you saw beforehand, everyone, they use just generic silhouettes for every character that's not a main character. They were all different colors, and now they're all gray and lazy and out of energy. And that is because, as we're going to learn, Gojuin and his beasts stole their performa. And performa is your energy. I don't think I can talk to any of them right now. No, I can't. So we're going to go into this big giant vagina and fight some demons. But first we're going to save, because this game has an old save system. So if you don't save
I love
often...
the way that you said big giant vagina like it was no big deal. Just, no big deal.
It's Japan.
That's true.
Okay. Now, an interesting thing about this game is it has some DLC that people got upset about. There was very small DLC for, dungeons. There were special dungeons that would give you, a huge boost of money, a huge boost of experience, or, what have you. And people got mad because they felt like it was, pay to win. But they literally unveiled it as, hey, if you guys want these to make it so that you don't have to grind as much, it's here for you. If not, you don't have to worry about it. Which I thought was really nice, honestly. I didn't buy them or anything because you really don't need to grind that much in this game. Normally you're just about one level under the level you need to be when you start each chapter. So it can be a breeze. But I also played the game on hard when I first played it. And the further away you get from normal, the more of an experience boost there is. So there's easy, normal, hard. And I think there's very easy and very hard. And if you play on very easy, it's the same as playing on very hard for the experience multiplier.
Yeah, you get modifiers. I played lots of games like that.
Well, normally, if you play on easy, though, it's a negative modifier, not a positive one.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So
easy gives you the same to make it easier. I see what you're saying.
Well, not even just that. It gives you a modifier as if you're playing on hard. So, you get the same amount of experience as if you played it on hard.
Well, that's not... Okay. I think I get it.
So I think normal is actually the hardest version of the game you can play, technically, which is what I'm playing it on, so, whoops.
What?
It's weird. So we are in this random... we don't know what this is, really. It's just kind of a thing. We'll find out.
World.
Yeah, we're in the vagina world. Oh, I get a text? Yep, I got a text. We got a text from Toma. Hey, some weird stuff's going down in Daitama right now. Where are you? Is everything okay? I think I'm still in Daitama. I went through this weird vagina and ended up in a huge place I've never seen before. He didn't call it a vagina. I'm just ad-libbing.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
Oh, crap. That's not good. You know this place? I can't explain right now, man. Itsuki, I need you to get out of there now. I don't really get it. But Tsubasa got kidnapped by some of these monsters. I'm not just going to leave her behind in here. Hey, come on, Itsuki! And then I hung up the phone.
Luigi has joined the chat and says hello.
Hey, Luigi, how's it going? Don't judge me for playing this game, please.
Well, he's a Nintendo product himself. He'll agree.
That's true. It's true. So yeah, these are the dungeons of this game, essentially. I'm gonna go down this elevator. They each have their own.
Hurry up and fight something.
I want to fight things. God damn it. Yeah, there's Tsubasa yelling again. The dungeon in this game, they have their own unique twist to each one. So there's one dungeon that I really like. The main villain of that chapter is a photographer, and so the whole dungeon is filled with cameras. And if the cameras take a picture of you, you get sent back to the start of that room. Oh, and that's just some random girl. Oh, and are they gonna drain her? Oh, and I love the way Gojwin holds the fucking microphone. He holds it like to the side, up to his face. It's fucking like every character has a lot of like random charm to them. Oh, and she was stolen. Her performer was stolen, or whatever. Yep, she's one of them now. Oh, who's that? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we got one of those ghosts behind us, guys. Okay, looks like we're safe.
So she's been possessed too, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so then if you look over there, for anyone watching live, oh, ew, it's inverted camera. That is like a little item box, so I'll get to that once I can get to that part of the map. Okay, I sense a dangerous presence beyond this door, so let's go ahead and proceed. This guy really wants my power. I don't know how to feel about that.
Kind of kinky, right?
Yeah, really. So this is going to be, in a moment, we'll find out. This is where the Fire Emblem part of this game comes in. Oh, but first, anime. Back to the anime cutscene.
Oh, yes. Yes, great.
Oh, Tsubasa's getting choked by darkness. That's kind of weird. Oh, there are tentacles. Wow, Brax, you were right.
I told you. Anime. It's got to be some sort of tentacle form.
Oh, now I'm getting tentacled. Oh, shit. Oh shit, he got a sword. That's not good. Oh god, his arm's a sword. Oh no. Oh, and now I'm shiny. Tsubasa's getting choked by darkness. That's...
These red things,
there
they
are
look
tentacles.
pretty
Wow, Brax, you were
badass.
right.
I'm not gonna lie. I told you. Anime. It's got to be some sort of tentacle form.
Oh, now I'm getting tentacled. Oh shit. Oh, and I am... Yep, okay. So now I can talk about it. This is where the Fire Emblem comes in with this game.
Elaborate.
As you're going to see in a second, this is Chrom. Chrom is a character in the Fire Emblem series.
Oh, okay.
So this is where things tie in. Like, this is implied to be another dimension or the future. They don't really kind of specify yet. But I freed Chrom from his ghostly shape or whatever the hell, so now he's back to being Chrom. And he's going to be my persona in this game. Or my performa, technically. Instead of personas, there are performas, and those are your stands for the game. So those are your combat characters, almost.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
If that makes sense. You do
It
fight
does.
as your characters, too, but... It'll all make sense soon. Now we gotta save Itsuki. Or, yeah, we gotta save Tsubasa. Okay, and back to anime. There's a lot of cutscenes early on, like every game.
Yeah, that's typical. I mean, this is coming from a guy who his favorite series is Metal Gear Solid, which is a collection of movies, so I get it.
Yeah. Now we gotta save Itsuki. Or, yeah, we gotta save Tsubasa. And we freed another character, too. So now we have 2 Fire Emblem characters in our team.
Ike, Marth, who do we have?
Not either, actually. Okay, and back to anime.
All right, I don't want to spoil. I'll find out in a second.
They're gonna
There's a lot
explain
of
soon.
cutscenes early on, like every game.
Yeah, that's typical. I mean, this is coming from a guy who his favorite series is Metal Gear Solid. Luigi says that he saw Link.
Yeah, a little bit of Link in
I
them.
think he's talking about Chrom.
Okay,
I don't
back
know.
to anime. There's a lot of cutscenes early on, like every. Okay, it sounds like I fixed my desync. Oh, and now... Okay, so now I am a Fire Emblem character myself. Not really, but I look like one. Yeah, there's not really much to talk about early on, so... What do you think so far of the cutscenes, you know?
I mean, it looks kind of weird, but at the same time, I mean, everything's really pretty. It looks nice.
Yeah, it's very off-putting at first, especially if you don't have any interest in either of the franchises that it's kind of emulating. But
yeah, I'm somewhat familiar with Fire Emblem. I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan, and that's about it.
I've played part of one Fire Emblem game. Didn't really care for it.
Yeah, I'm just excited to see the battle system.
It's not going to pick up until later on, when it gets really good, but every chapter adds one new thing to the mechanics, so it keeps piling on with this perfect learning curve more and more and more, and that's what I love about this game, is you're always on your feet.
I like these cuts that look like they're transforming. That's really cool.
Yeah, they're transforming into their... This is their Performa, I believe is what they officially call it. I haven't played the game in a good while, just because I've been doing other things. But I believe these are the Performa, and then you have your Fire Emblem characters too. Okay, so we have attack, we have skills, items, guard, tactics. We can't escape, obviously. But attack is just a generic attack. Don't ever do that. So I'm going to use...
Don't you tell me what to do.
I mean, you can if you want. So I'm going to use my lightning attack, called Zio. Zio, or Zio. I believe the names of the attacks start out that they are from Persona / Shin Megami Tensei, and then they turn into Fire Emblem ones. So, if you look... Okay.
It's a wheel? That's how this works?
Your different options are a wheel.
Alright, the interface itself.
Yeah. But your skills, if you look, once you attack an enemy once, you're going to see, like, which attack you did that it might be weak to. So, like, Zio or Zio did double damage against the blobs.
Right.
Usual JRPG stuff. And it's just, it's nice because it shows you on the screen at all times which ones are weak and strong to what. And also you're going to notice that on that bottom wheel where it shows like the different like damages, weak, resistant, all that, it shows both elements and weapon types. So the elemental wheel is straight out of Persona / Shin Megami Tensei. The the power wheel. I don't know if I said that right. The power wheel is out of Shin Megami Tensei. The weapon wheel is straight out of Fire Emblem.
Oh, so it's incorporating both. That's
yeah.
Neat. This is taking place in an arena?
Yeah, all the fights take place in an arena. I'm not sure why.
It's kind of, it just kind of caught me off guard. Like, where did the arena come from?
Well, we were kind of in a room like that already, but it just kind of does it.
Like, where did all these fans come from, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so we won a battle. We're going to get experience. And everybody leveled up. Now, on the level up screen, I'm going to sit here for a second. On the left are your characters. On the right are their stands, are their Fire Emblem characters. So when you use a Fire Emblem character, they gain skills as well. So there's experience for you and for them separately. So their weapons will actually level up. And we'll see what that does later.
So this is like active time based?
No. It is turn based.
Okay.
Actually, it's very turn based.
I just thought I saw a gauge or something. Like the thing at the top. Like it looks like it works on time, but I guess it works on turns. I was kind of confused.
I'll have to look at it again to see what you mean.
You know what the thing at the top where it shows the character's faces on a line?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll explain that. That is actually the battle order. So, like, you know how in Final Fantasy X on the right side it shows your battle order?
Okay, okay. I thought they were moving like on a timeline almost, but I guess they weren't. I'll figure.
I'll explain more as we get to it. Yeah, there's a lot to this game. It's got a little bit of a high learning curve at the start.
Crymore Gaming says, "Oh, this is the best game of 2016."
I'm prepared for his judgment. But yeah, so now Crom is my buddy. And I forget the name of the other girl. We're going to learn her name. But Seda. Yeah, Seda. So Seda is Tsubasa's Fire Emblem character. And Tsubasa is going to play more of a healing role. She's kind of like a mage-ish. But the thing is, there's no set classes for any of these characters. She just starts with healing moves. But you can get moves later on based on the weapon that you have Seda use. That will change what her moves Tsubasa has. And each weapon and each attack you do can stack. So if you get an extra Zayo in your weapon level up, because when your weapons level up, it gives you a new power of some sort. So say I level up Crom's weapon, Zayo would then get a possible +1 to it, so it would add extra damage to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Sort of.
Oh, Wii's making weird noises. Wow. Okay. So now we are good. We have our party here. I'm going to save. Can I save? Because if you die at any point, it takes you back to the last save. Well, it takes you back to the main menu and then the last save. So always save. Because you don't want to start everything over.
That's very true. Don't want to lose your save file, right?
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't want to corrupt anything. Okay, so we are actually not done with this area yet, but we're getting there. So we're going to start seeing enemies pop up on my enemy radar. They're actually, Crom just said it now. There's an enemy that pops up, and this is where the Shin Megami Tensei part comes in. If you've played Shin Megami Tensei at all, you will know this. These ghosts look kind of almost exactly the same as they did, at least in SMT4. And what it is when you're in the dungeons, you can use the X button to do a sword attack. So I can actually run away from this guy and just attack him to try and stun him, and then I can come up behind him, and I can try and get a sneak attack. But if they hit me first, then they'll get a sneak attack on me.
Or does that give you initiative, or what?
It gives you an extra round of attacks. So each attack is based on round. So it's going to be like the order that we're all attacking in here, as you're going to see on the top of the screen. It's going to show that, and then it's going to show next round, and that's when round 2 would start. So you would have a preemptive start on the first round.
Yeah, so initiative.
Sort of. It's not exactly initiative. It is, but it's not. It's weird.
Yeah, kind of like that. Like that's how this game is so far. It's like it is like that, but it's not.
There's a lot to it that goes on as time goes on. Because like, what it is I think they can attack on the initiative round sometimes. So it's not exactly full initiative.
Okay, yeah, I see how the thing on the top works now. It isn't necessarily. It's not time. It's not moving with time. It's moving per action or whatever. Okay.
Correct. Yep. And we're going to have up to 3 people on screen at any given point. So we don't have our third character yet. There are 7 characters total. Yeah, 7.
Moriarty says this is Blaze Blue or Blast Blue Final Fantasy. It seems. I don't know what that is.
Blast Blue is a fighting game.
Okay, I'm not familiar.
I mean, it has a similar art style, I guess. I'm not gonna give that a full response. Actually, I know better. Okay, so in the level up screen that you're seeing now, we see that the skills leveled up for Crom and Seda. So we got experience for both Itsuki and, like I said, for our Fire Emblem characters. So their swords are going to show us new attacks now. So Crom leveled up, got a new skill. And Itsuki says, I'm learning new ways to fight from Crom. What? And then...
So with each of these characters, like... So Fire Emblem actually exists within this universe, and that's like their heroes or something?
Sort of. Let me read this real quick so I can explain. I'll explain. So your weapon, or Carnage, has reached a certain mastery level. You'll gain a new mastery each time you act in combat, and when you have enough, you'll learn a new skill. So, because Crom's sword leveled up, I have a new attack for Itsuki. So there's 2 level ups per for each character. Eventually, there's 3. So with Seda, Seda has a spear. So I have a spear attack that's going to be an electric spear attack. So if someone's weak to spears and weak to electric, it'll do 4 times. If it's neutral for one, they'll do 2 times. If it's weak to the other, and it'll still work even if one is immune, I believe, because they could be weak to the electric.
M wants to know why you always think that he's trolling you.
It comes naturally for you, M. Okay. Let's do another battle. So, I don't remember what it is that determines if you get a first attack. I thought it was that you ran on their back, but apparently not. And then, now we're going to learn about sessions. This is called Tokyo Mirage Sessions. The sessions is an actual gameplay mechanic. When an enemy's weakness is attacked with a skill, an ally who possesses a session skill corresponding to that skill will perform a follow-up attack. This is called a session. The attacks that make up a session inflict more damage than one single normal attack, so it's crucial that you target an enemy's weakness and connect several sessions together often. So I'm going to do... Oh, they're going to say something here. There's one more. The new session skill, Elect Lunge, triggers off an Elect Affinity skill attack. So what's going to happen is I'm going to use Zayo on one of the blobs. And then, because Tsubasa has Elect Lunge, it's going to bounce off of the attack that I just did.
So is it sort of like a chain system then?
It's very much a chain system.
Okay.
And eventually these chains are going to get to like 10, 11, 12, up to like, I think 20. You can do 20 full attacks. So it gets deeper and deeper as time goes on. Especially with, like, later on, each set of characters has their own partner attack that can come up. So you'll actually start learning different attacks based on, like, who's in your party. And then the characters that are off-screen can do session attacks, too. So even though you can only have 3 characters on screen at any given point, the characters in the background will then do attacks as well, based off your sessions.
You might as well be speaking Japanese right now, man.
You'll see it in action. They don't throw this all at you at once. They very easily walk you through everything. It's very nice, actually. Oh, and I leveled up again. Level ups, the skills you get out of level ups, like any JRPG, are random. So I'll go through the skills in a little bit. Or the stats, I mean. Okay. So now I have an actual attack for Tsubasa because Seiya leveled up high enough.
Moriarty thinks you're being mean to him. I mean, I have to agree.
Yeah, that's true. So he says he didn't understand the sessions thing at all. So I'll do it again in a second once I get another battle. And I'll explain it again there. Because it makes sense once you get to it. And once it starts clicking, you're like, oh, this makes sense. And then you start really having fun because it's all about it's sort of like Final Fantasy XII's that whole chain system thing they had there. Where you could, like, set up that, which I know you're not a fan of 12, so bear with me.
No, who told you that? I love 12. 12's like my second or third favorite, man.
Do you really? I thought you hated it.
No way, man.
Oh,
I can't wait for the Zodiac.
I thought you were like, oh, I get fucking bullshit. Okay, so I just did a session here. I kind of narrated it late, but there's gonna be one more. So I'm going to do an electric attack on an enemy that's weak to electricity. Because Tsubasa, the girl, because she has an attack that's called Elect Lunge, any attack that would do double damage, like someone who's weak to electricity, if I do an electric attack, she will automatically do up a stab attack as a response. Does that make sense now?
Yeah.
And later on, we're going to get to the point where I'm going to have 3 characters, and all 3 of those characters, so I'll do electric attack, the enemy will be weak to electricity, she'll do a lunge attack based off the electricity, and then the 3rd character will do an attack based off lunge that goes to fire or whatever. And then if I have another attack on another character that's fire, stab, or whatever, then I would do another attack, and it'll continue to chain higher and higher. The only thing is that you can't chain back and forth between 2 characters.
Now it's starting to sound like 13 a little bit.
Sort of, actually, yeah.
Because you know how you get their meter up, or their gauge up until the top, and then they go into like a critical state. So I could see, yeah, I get what you're saying.
I only understand when you pronounce it as gauge, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh, I have a text from Toma. Toma says, Itsuki, are you okay? Yeah, somehow. I found Tsubasa, too. We're all right. Where even are you guys right now? I actually have no idea. God, you dumbass. Okay, look, you guys gotta find the exit, okay? There should be a round building somewhere south of you. That's where the exit is near, so get moving. And be careful. You guys better not die. And then he hung up.
I won't lie. If someone comes in and you say, "Oh, I got a text message," they're going to think something else probably.
I should start calling them Topic because they're called Topic.
People are going to think like, "Why is this guy reading his text messages to me?"
Well, you have to remind me to explain it several times. Now the
no.
The
It's
only
just funny.
problem now is that each character also has, so they have HP and they have like magic EP. So because I don't actually, shit. So Itsuki actually ran out of energy points, so I can't actually do any session attacks because sessions only happen off of your skills. So you want to have high magic at all times. Because Itsuki's a swordsman, actually we're going to see it there. Because Itsuki's a swordsman, he can still do a regular sword attack. And because Tsubasa has a stab attack, he bounces off of the, he bounces off the stab with his own sword slash. So that's another session. And you can actually look, what's going to happen is on the side of the screen, it'll show you the possible sessions that would come out of any attack. So it will tell you which ones are more effective than others later on in the game.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to get to one of my least favorite things about this game.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
Next time the sessions are on the left side of the screen, like just let it sit there for like
yeah, okay.
4 or 5 seconds so I can look at it before you make the action.
I'll do that. So now they're explaining Performa. Performa is a power that only humans carry within. For beings like the Fire Emblem characters she's narrating, it provides sustenance and power. So they are literally the beings of their Performa now. This would make sense if you played Persona, because this is essentially straight up Persona stuff.
Gotcha.
Okay.
13 was a weird game, all cel-shaded gunplay, like shooting people in a comic book. That goes a little above my head.
I wouldn't really call it cel-shaded. 13 is not even close to cel-shaded. But, hey, whatever. Okay, so, now, if you notice, I had a first strike there. So, I got first strike, that's all well and dandy. Except, it only gave me 1 round of first strike. So it only gave Tsubasa 1 attack. It didn't give Itsuki an attack. I don't remember why that is. We're going to get to it in a second, and it'll explain it. But it's essentially speed-based, so only the fastest characters will go first in the opening round, if you get a first strike. You say I'm not a real gamer in chat?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, what I was saying earlier is we're going to get to one of my not so favorite things about this game, which is this game is very heavily based on not only the sessions, but also on buffs and debuffs. So there's a lot of moves you can use to buff yourself and everything, obviously. But the problem is almost every boss in the game negates all buffs. So unless you know their exact weakness chain, like there are some moves that will work, unless you know that, you're going to have a bad time. It's very Japan in that regard, almost.
Moriarty wants to know where was the text you're receiving. I think he means because what we see on screen is different than what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the text that I receive, this is a Wii U game. So this game uses the gamepad in a unique way in that the text that I receive will only show up on the gamepad. There's no way for me to record that and show you. So I'm going to be reading any text that I get in the game.
And it actually vibrates when it happens. So.
Yeah, and the gamepad vibrates like it's an actual phone. So I'm gonna have text from every character in the game at some point, and then some. Like there are some characters that aren't playable that will send me text as well.
So do the characters do they have defined roles, if that makes sense, or does everyone just kind of do everything?
You can do. There's no defined, like you don't have to have Tsubasa be essentially a healing white mage. She can be almost like a red mage, if we're gonna go Final Fantasy terms, where she can use straight up attacks. And also the fact is, on top of that, she has her spear. So she has physical attacks and magic attacks. And while her physical attacks may not be powerful because she has a low attack stat, you could theoretically raise that up because there are items that'll give you a buff to each stat. So Itsuki's always going to be an electric swordsman, more or less. Like he'll still be better with electric moves, but he can use a fire move later too if you want him to. So it's sort of, if we're going to go in Final Fantasy terms, it's sort of like Final Fantasy X International.
Yeah, I got you. You have more freedom to set people up however you want them.
Exactly. Okay. Now I could heal. Actually, let me do that. I now have a chakra drop, which heals my EP. So it's going to give me back all my magic, so I can do more session attacks.
You level up pretty quickly early on. I'm assuming this slows down as you progress.
No, the level ups always kind of keep coming, actually. Believe it or not.
Yeah, because I've noticed that. It's like you're always learning something new. You're always leveling
There's
up.
always, literally, I don't think there's any point where there's not something new, because even if you don't level up, the Fire Emblem side is going to level up. And even if that doesn't level up, your energy between characters may level up. So, like, each character has their own friendship. It's not a meter, but each character has their own affinity with each other. So the more that you use characters, the closer they're going to get to one another, and that may level up, giving them a separate side quest down the road. And the good thing is, about sessions, you're not going to see it here, but if you kill somebody with a session, the session still keeps going, so it'll start attacking the next enemy in the line.
All right, the sessions, yeah, like the combos is what I'm thinking of them as. So, will that work for an entire group of enemies, or can you just only use sessions until one enemy is dead, or will you just keep going for the entire?
That's what I was just saying. Is it'll automatically rotate to the next character in line once you do another session.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm thinking about what I want to ask you, and you're
already... No, you're fine. No worries, man. I'm going to keep doing battles for now. I may grind off-screen between chapters. I'm not sure yet, because this game does have an arena. I might show some of that off for a little bit, but I may grind myself ahead at some point. I'm sure you guys don't want to see that.
Oh, wow. I've never seen anyone play the Wii U, literally ever. When it first came out, I was confused why you would buy a $200 gamepad for your Wii.
See, that's actually, that's one of the biggest flaws of the Wii U, is that originally, don't let anybody tell you otherwise, the gamepad was an expansion for the Wii. And then they realized, wait, that's a terrible idea, the Wii's sales are slowing down. So they ended up making it a separate console.
Something, of course, that you bought.
Yeah, I bought a Wii U. I actually, mind you, the Wii U is actually $350, not $200. I paid $220 for it because I found an awesome coupon for GameStop that gave me 25% off anything. So I bought a Wii U and I saved a shit ton of money on it.
Coupons, man.
Coupons. It was one of those like weekly coupons they have, so or the monthly like the special like secret deal. So you wouldn't know what coupon it was until after you got it. But
it you have to be a Power Up Rewards member.
Yeah, it was one of those where you use Power Up points.
Gotcha.
So I was like, okay, cool. I'll see. I looked up online. I was like, what is the coupon? You know, and it turns out that the coupon was the same every time, and it was 25% off any item. So I actually bought 3 of them. I gave one to my friend, and I bought 2 more because it was 500 points. That's nothing. Okay, so anyway, I just got full inheritance on my weapon. So each Fire Emblem character can also have their own sword. So what it is your character is essentially the sword that you are, or the sword that you use. Your Fire Emblem character.
That's why the sword talks, right?
That's why the sword talks to you, because it turns into your sword, sort of like Fi from Legend of Zelda. I know you won't get that reference, but nope. When the sword levels up to max, you're going to get a passive skill out of it. So then that's another skill you'll have. So I have a strength boost. So now Itsuki's strength is going to be higher. And the cool thing is, as soon as we get done with this intro, I can go and actually upgrade these weapons, and I can get more weapons out of everything. So like I can change my weapon to be, instead of a falchion, I can be use a rapier or whatever, whatever the weapon is. Or I can later on upgrade the falchion even higher and level it up to like a +1, where it'll re-get all its skills. So you can then...
Speaking of +1.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm just joking.
Good plug there. Good plug, fam.
So is there currency in this game? Like, can you buy stuff? Like, I see
Yeah.
you're picking up. You just picked up a first aid kit. Is there like a shop or something?
Yes. Once we get to back to the real world, there's going to be a shop and there's going to be a dark shop, because only people who have Performa can actually see the like the dark beings. So there's a shop for buying like regular items like food or whatever it might be, but there's also items for for when you're in the dungeons.
Right. I thought Fire Emblem was a Pokemon thing. Now I know he's trolling.
Yeah. He wonders why we think he's trolling all the time. Okay, I think this little green thing here is going to be a full heal for us, which is nice. Normally there's one of those right before the final boss area of each dungeon, which is nice. The usual. This is also a good place to grind. So let me fight one more guy and then we'll go. Because I think I want to be level 5 before I fight these guys.
I don't know. I don't know if I like the idea of the, like, even the early bosses are immune to debuffs, you said?
This one might not be. It's weird. Most of them have a move where they will counteract your debuff.
Like, towards end-game content, like, of course I expect that, but not early on.
It's one of my bigger problems, is you have to have a very set strategy for the boss fights, whereas the rest of the game is based entirely around you using all your characters as best you can. So, we'll see it eventually when we get to more of the bosses. Some of them aren't that bad with it, but there are some that I remember being a total pain in the ass, where I would just literally grind until I leveled up a few more times, and then I would just have just enough health to survive it. Because the other thing in this game is while you can do sessions on your enemies can also do sessions on you. So if a fire enemy attacks Itsuki, then he's going to be weak to it. And if there's anybody else in that enemy party who has a fire like sword attack or whatever, where it sessions into itself, then I will get sessioned, and that will fuck my shit up. Okay, I'm gonna save, and we're gonna go on to the boss. And I'll actually look at the menu as well.
Do you die at this game, Bolt? Do you ever die?
I have died. This game, if you're not at a certain enough level, sometimes you will just get fucked. So let's look at our menu.
Good. I hope this happens.
This will show all your skills for each character. That's just that. Items, you can go through your item list, obviously. So there's consumables, Performa. Performa are things that I'm going to be able to use to craft later. So, for killing enemies, I will get things like I have a blob force for killing blobs. And it shows the rarity of that item. It's usual JRPG stuff. And there's prestige. The certain amount of prestige you have will determine if you can level up a weapon later on, or if you can buy another weapon, because you need certain items from this Performa list to craft a new weapon for your Fire Emblem character. So, it all kind of feeds back into itself. Then there's wardrobe. Wardrobe, obviously, is just outfits. You can change what you're wearing. So I can actually change... I can't do it yet, but I can change into Itsuki's school clothes if I wanted to.
I'm assuming outfits come with, perks.
The outfits themselves don't, but the like the watch that Itsuki's wearing, I can change out to something else. And that'll give me, like, a buff somewhere. And then your characters are called artists. So we're going to see, when I go on this screen, this shows everything about each character. So I have... Itsuki's called an everyman, and Chrom is a lord. Now, later on in the game, they're going to each have their own split characters you can change into them. So Chrom can be an offensive lord or a defensive lord. I don't remember what the name they use for it is. So that will change the way you can use them too. So they'll essentially prestige. And then if you look on the bottom of this screen, there's a stage rank. The stage rank is going to be what determines the side quests you can do in between chapters. And then analysis, I can go through and see what the general stats are of each character that I fight. So if I look at Blob, the Blob, it'll show more on the gamepad as it says on the bottom of the screen. But the max HP a Blob will have is 55, and the max energy points it has will be 15. So that tells me what I can get used to expecting. And then on the gamepad it shows you like what they're weak to, if you've already attacked them and used that attack on them, and so on and so forth. Did I save? I did save. Okay, so we're gonna fight the boss. Let's get fucked.
I hope so. Just so I can laugh at your pain.
Thankfully, you can kind of skip through most of the cutscenes if you have to go fight stuff again, which is nice, but still can be a pain in the ass during some of the longer ones. So the boss of this chapter is obviously Gojman. He is the MC.
Yeah, the guy with the sideways microphone.
Yeah. Okay. And here is our third character coming in. And that is Toma. We already saw him via text. You guys didn't see his icon, but that is Toma. He's Itsuki's best friend. And it turns out that he already has a Performa. So, at some point we didn't know this, but he already was talked to and by the characters we're going to meet later, and he already became a superhero.
JTart9 says, "Notice me, senpai."
Oh, hey, it's Justin. Hey, Justin.
And Virus says, "What the fuck is this game?"
You don't have to censor yourself, Brax. What the fuck is this game? Okay, so Tom was riding it on a motorcycle because this game's fucking weird. So Toma is he has a fire and I think he has an axe, I think.
Oh, dude, I just saw it. He transformed into a... What the hell?
Yeah, this game gets weird. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this first round to try and take out all the side characters, and then I will hopefully just be able to focus on the main guy. I have a feeling that won't end up happening, because I believe most bosses can resummon their allies, which is stupid.
It's stupid.
That's stupid, I'll give it a B. Okay. So, any questions you have so far while we're in the middle of the low point of a boss fight?
No, things are starting to become more clear just from watching you play.
Yeah, it's gonna be there's gonna be more and more that gets confusing. So at any point, if you're not sure, just ask and I'll try and explain it as best I can. Okay, so we got rid of both of the wisps. Now we just gotta focus on Gojman.
And I'm assuming with 3 characters in your party, you have more opportunities for sessions.
I would, but the thing is, right now Toma doesn't have anything there.
Okay, because this is your first fight with her. Right?
Well, he is level 4 already. When they add a character to your party, they build them up to your level automatically, or to around what they kind of show you what level you should be at.
I got you. I've played games like that before.
Yeah. Okay. Now the buffs I use myself are always fine, like the raising my defense like I just did there. That'll always work for the most part. That they might try and debuff you as well, but when you use specific moves that will debuff them, they almost never work. So status effects almost never work on enemies, which sucks. I hate that. And in my opinion, that's probably the biggest flaw that I have, that I would see out of this game, honestly.
Status effects don't work on like any enemies?
Any bosses. Just the bosses.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so now the part you've all been waiting for. Yep, everyone's favorite show. It's time to play Find That Mirage! And I got something special planned for idiots that get it wrong. We're going completely unscripted, folks. I told you, he's a wrestler. So all you idiots better think real hard.
He's a nice heel.
Okay, so he's going to do a move called You Got 3 Choices, and he's spinning in circles.
Justin says, "Remember the weapon triangle, son."
I know, I already explained the weapon triangle. Okay, so I have to guess which one he turned into. And I don't remember. I don't remember if there's actually a correct one, so I'm just going to attack all 3 and hope I got it right.
And Kazusuko has joined the chat, and he says Ratchet and Clank really changed their design and gameplay with this one.
Yeah, right? Okay. Okay, so I got it wrong. So I think he's gonna do... Wrong answers will hurt. That's a move. Oh, Jesus, he just killed... No, he didn't. Okay, Toma's alive. He almost killed Toma. Okay, so I'm gonna heal him real quick. Yeah, I don't remember. I think you're supposed to take them all down to low health and hope you session the right one out of the 3. But I don't have any sessions that Toma can do. So, yeah. Okay, let's do Zayo to see if it'll do something to him. Nope, just regular.
I like the way the arena's laid out now that you have 3 characters, like where one's on each side of the enemy. That's cool.
Yeah, and then what's great is I think behind them is where the backup characters will start standing.
It makes it feel like really epic, you know, like just totally.
Yeah,
you know, you're in front of a crowd, and it makes it feel really
It's
cool.
almost kind of like Paper Mario. I know you haven't played Paper Mario, but in the 1,000-Year Door, they have like a crowd mechanic in the background. Because the whole thing's like a play. Okay, this boss is almost dead. Obviously, he's a pushover. And that... Oh, there we go. I got a session out of it, and I did a 3-attack session. Oh, and I obtained a play record. This game has its own built-in achievements. They don't do anything, they're just there. Oh, apparently Moriarty actually didn't know what Fire Emblem was. Okay, so since the... This is a little pop-up here. Since the enemy's remaining HP decreased to 0 during a session, an overkill occurred. When an overkill is active, the remaining attacks in that session will ignore the enemy's resist, null, repel, or drain. So when you get to an overkill, it'll swap to the next enemy, and it'll do damage no matter what their resistances are. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was just still like, how does he not know what Fire Emblem is?
Yeah, really.
I mean, I don't even play them, but I've heard of them, you know?
So, Fire Emblem for Moriarty, and for anyone else who somehow doesn't know what Fire Emblem is a strategy RPG series. So,
yeah, it's been around for like 30 years.
Yeah, literally. I think next year's its 30th anniversary. So think of like Final Fantasy Tactics, almost. That's the best description for someone. Or
Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
What?
Tactics is much better than Fire Emblem.
Oh, shots fired! I don't think there's any anime versions of Final Fantasy Tactics though.
All the more reason that it's better.
True. Okay, so Gojwin, we knocked out the evil Performa from him, so he's back to normal. And we're going to meet Toma's Fire Emblem character, and that is Kain. The big red machine, Kain! Kain is here!
Oh my god. Oh my god, don't do this. Don't do this.
Okay, so this is the end of the prologue chapter. Okay, so now we know...
This was just the prologue this entire time, okay.
Yep, so now we know the names of these areas. These dungeons are called idolospheres. So what your character is you are an idol. In Japan, they call their pop stars idols sometimes. So they play on that by you being an idol actually means you're an undercover superhero. So you'll go into these spheres, and all pop stars would feasibly go into these spheres and help try and save the world from these evil Performa. I told you, this plot does not... Like, this plot is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And I love it.
When you said idolosphere, I thought idolins, and my mind went elsewhere. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Virus says, it's kind of hard to say which is better since FF Tactics and Fire Emblem are very different in their design choices.
Well, yeah.
I can agree with that.
The only reason I called Tactics into play is because it's the main tactical RPG that Moriarty might know.
I need a new Tactics game. So bad.
I'm surprised they haven't done one yet, honestly.
I think the last one was on Nintendo DS, man.
I thought it was PSP. Okay, so we can get out of here now. There's nothing in this room. So let's go. So I don't remember if there's one in between the prologue and chapter 1, but in between chapters there are like these little chapter things. And that's where you'll do like side quests where you'll normally go back into old dungeons. And you'll do side quests like finding items, or you'll talk to your allies and try and like befriend them a little more in like a light Persona kind of thing. But we'll see that in a sec. Okay. Oh shit! Look at that. We're surrounded. Should we run or should we fight?
Run.
Fucking pussy! I'm fighting.
Ah, I hate you.
It's okay. We're not actually gonna fight. Because a random woman's coming up and saying, "Don't move."
Don't move.
And that is Kiria, also known as Tsubasa's like idol. Like not just idol as in like the other thing. Like literally, Tsubasa idolizes her. Now, Kiria is the only character where her like battle costume I like less than the actual costume she wears because it looks out of nowhere compared to it. Okay, so this is where we start seeing that Tsubasa's a friggin' dork because she's like, wait a minute, oh no, Itsuki, I don't have anything for her to sign. How am I gonna get her autograph? And pretty much every time they interact, even though they end up working together, she like nerds out.
Speaking of nerding out, Virus is totally nerding out right now, bringing up all these crazy different tactical RPGs like ZHP on Losing Ranger and stuff. He wants me to confuse you.
I think he's confusing Moriarty, not me.
Yeah, that's true. It's not very hard though.
That's true.
Just say role-playing game. Moriarty's like, huh? What are those?
Console gaming.
Never heard of that. What is that?
Okay, so now we're gonna meet the boss of the boob shot.
Boobies. Yep, this is definitely anime.
This character, okay, so this is Miss Maiko. She's fucking hilarious too. Several times throughout this game's plot, she's an alcoholic, by the way. Several times throughout this game's plot, she just goes to Itsuki and says, "Hey, you want to fuck?" And he's like, "Wait, what?" And he's like too stupid to realize.
Are you ad-libbing again?
No, I'm serious. Like we'll get to it.
Like she legit says want to fuck.
I mean, she doesn't say that. She's like, "Yo, I would sleep with you," and he's like, "What?"
Right. That's what I meant. I thought that you were adding to it a little bit in terms of her choice of wordage.
Well, they do. They do like they'll say expletives and shit. Like so, like when I had Toma say dumbass, he was actually calling him a dumbass. Okay, so now we're learning that what happened to Tsubasa's sister all those years ago actually is a common occurrence. So it was called the mass disappearance back then. And what she's saying now is that the idols are the people that actually stop that from happening on a more regular basis, but the humans don't know that. Like regular humans, I mean. And we find out then what officially all these people are called, the Fire Emblem characters. They're all Mirages. So now we know exactly why the name is what it is. Tokyo, because that's where it takes place. Mirage, because that's what the Fire Emblem characters are.
And Sessions, because of the incorporation of that into the battle system.
Yep. And then Sharp FE, because cross Fire Emblem. Also Sharp is music.
Hashtag Fire Emblem.
It's actually like once you realize like what the title actually means, because it sounds stupid at first, you're like, wow, that's actually a really well thought out title. Especially because if you flip TMS, it's SMT, Shin Megami Tensei. So it still holds the game's original name of Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem, even though it's not that anymore.
Yeah.
I know, you don't care.
No. It's not that I don't care. I'm just like, wow, what is this guy talking about?
Okay.
Yeah, Mako's kind of hot, though.
So, we're learning that Tsubasa's sister was, in fact, a Mirage Master herself. So, this pop company has been keeping track of her for years for when she would become one herself, because they figured she would be, because genetics. So now she's going to become one to try and find her sister.
I see.
Okay, so we are just about done with the prologue, and we shall see where we go from here, because I don't want to start a chapter and then not finish it, but we might do a little bit of side stuff.
Okie dokie. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I would play this. I'll say that.
I figured you would once we got past the anime part.
No, I don't mind that either.
No, I know. Jokes
I
aside.
do like the battle system, though.
Yeah, like this battle system.
It looks really cool.
Once we get to like when because they add like I said, they add combo attacks between characters, and they add every now and then a character will have an option to do an even better special attack, which will restart the session chain. So like I think
okay.
So like I've gotten my session I think to 15 before.
So that does sound like 12 now. Now I know what you meant with the quickenings and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And how basically if you do it correctly, you can put together like an almost infinite chain of stuff.
Yeah, like it'll exactly. And it's not every time you can do that, so it's not like you can take advantage of it because like the combo attacks between characters, those two will always not always show up, so they might only pop up every now and then. So then we are starting chapter 1. We'll see how far we can get, and then we'll see if people want me to keep going for now, if I should call it.
Alrighty. I mean, they're obviously going to say keep going. They don't want to hurt your feelings, man.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Well, if I get enough demand, I might swap over and we might finish Ratchet or something. I don't know. So.
Alright, as long as I have time to go pop some popcorn in between.
Well, yeah, we'll take a little break. Little break, boys.
Little breaky boys.
Okay, so this is the main headquarters of the pop company. I can't remember what the name is. It's something Entertainment. I know that. Fortuna. There we go.
Anime. Oh no, I was wrong.
Anime Entertainment Incorporated.
Yes.
Okay. So this is literally like a pop label.
I feel you. I kind of get that theme now.
There are going to be points where we actually get songs out of these characters, which is why it's in Japanese, because they didn't want to or they weren't able to translate all these songs into English. So like they give you subtitles, but they're Japanese songs.
Yeah. I would say something else about Final Fantasy, but I wouldn't. Like 10 tubes.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so Tsubasa is pretty much having like a nerdgasm over everything. She says, right now I'm breathing the air that Kiryu was breathing. Oh, I can die happy.
Oh my, I've got the vapors.
We get it, you vape!
No, I don't.
Okay.
What, am I a hipster? No way, man.
Okay, so now let's look around this a little bit. We got a little soda machine, boys. Food and drinks from shops and vending machines will fully restore all HP and EP and cure all status ailments. In addition, when cast members consume a food or drink they enjoy, it may temporarily increase their luck stat. So you can buy energy drinks. So I can buy H2O water, Veggie Juice EX, or Macho Mocha.
You said it increases your luck stat?
It can, if it's a drink you would really like.
So what does that do? Improve your chance of critical hits?
It improves your chance of crit. Well, actually, I don't think there are crits in this game now I think about it. It improves your chance of like first strikes, of damage doing less or maybe a little more. For the most part, it does static damage, but...
well, that sounds like a critical almost.
Yeah, almost. Here's our play records / trophy case, so I can look at all of my play records. There's a lot.
Oh, the currency's actually in yen? That's cool.
Yeah, it is in yen, because it's still Japan. There are
I know, but I'm just saying they didn't make up their own currency for the game, which I think is actually kind of unique.
Yeah, no, any of the SMT / Persona games, I believe, use yen. So it's not just
cool.
this one. There's a magazine rack here. You can look at the magazines. This article reads, "What is the secret behind Yashiro Tsurugi, the cool actor? For 5 years, his father has been missing." And that's where it ends. There's a CD rack. I wonder if we'll meet who that Yashiro guy is. Foreshadowing.
So do you like fill up this area with your accomplishments or something?
Yeah, that'll be like where like you'll get trophies for doing certain things, or for getting certain parts of your play trophies or play rewards. I mean,
that's neat. I always like to show myself off to myself, I guess you could say.
Oh, kinky.
I know.
So this area here that we're looking at, this is the Fire Emblem area of the game. It's just a secret door that's right here.
Oh.
This is where you'll actually be able to interact with all your Fire Emblem Mirages. But right now, they don't... At this point in the game, they don't know why they're here or who they are. That'll come to them later. And this is called, they just said it, they call it the Bloom Palace. And now we're going to meet Tiki. Tiki is, I believe she's a character from Fire Emblem Awakening, I think. She's one of the more popular characters in Fire Emblem recently, I know that much. And for some reason she's a kid in this game. I don't remember if she's a kid in Awakening or not, but yeah. So she calls everybody Big Brother. That's her gimmick. Now we find out that Tiki is also like a Vocaloid. You know, like the what's that game? Hatsune Miku. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. There's this one game where you I'm trying to think of how to describe a Vocaloid. It's like an instrument that emulates a voice. So it's like a sound font essentially.
A Vocaloid is a singing voice synthesizer.
Yeah, go with that. So they use her as a Vocaloid. So people will make her songs, make songs using her in this universe. But she's also actually a person. And actually, we're gonna run into one of her fans at some point, so we'll see some things. So yeah, she's lost her memories too.
Apparently, she's in Awakening and the first game.
Oh, is that what it was? That explains why she's popular, because she crossed from one of the early games. Okay, so now we're going to learn about Unity. You know how you have Performa, right? Well, Performa is like the power of the human soul to express itself. We fuse Performa with people and Mirages to awaken their new power within, and that's called Unity, that ritual. So, Tiki can't fight like the other Mirages, but she can perform Unity. And there's different kinds of Unity too, so we'll get to that. So I have a new Carnage Unity. I'm going to read this text here. Carnage Unity is a ritual of fusing Mirages with Performa obtained from enemies to change them into a new Carnage. So by performing Carnage Unity, more powerful Carnage can be acquired, and new skills can be learned from them. This element that is a must that be completed for the game, so it's best that you make good use of it. That's what that says. So I'm going to, once it gives me the option, I'll show you. I'm going to change details of Carnage. Okay, I don't need to read that. So I could upgrade my... Okay, I can't do it yet. I would be able to upgrade my Falchion into a Falchion +1, but I can't do that. So instead, I'm going to get this new weapon, the Iron Sword, which does more damage. So this will give Itsuki a better attack, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. So essentially, this game encourages you to constantly keep leveling up everything at any given point. Because once you max out one of your Carnage weapons, you're not getting anything else from it, so there's no reason to really use it anymore.
Right, so you've already mastered the first one, right?
Yep. And because I just got a new one there, it just said that, I have a new move from Chrom called Empty Wave. So that's like a special move that I'll show you. And I think that's the only one I can upgrade into a new weapon. Yeah. Okay. So we'll be going back and forth in this room quite a bit to be able to get new Unity, to make sure that we keep leveling up everything and get our characters as proficient as possible, as quickly as possible. Okay, and then I can talk to Kane! Kane is here!
By God!
By God! Saritsky, Toma seems pleased indeed at the prospect of fighting as your comrade in arms. I will be counting on you to help Toma. He can be a bit senseless at times, but he has a good heart. Sure. By the way, Kane, are your memories gone as well? Yes, I have lost all my memories of my time before meeting Toma, and as of now, their return seems unlikely. I see. But I confess, I've gotten quite used to my life alongside Toma and the others. However, that doesn't mean that I have... I can't read today. However, that doesn't mean I have lost my desire to find out who I really am. Kane! If you really need anything, I'm always happy to help. Thank you, Saritsky. So he's very proper. I think he's from one of the older games. Chrom is from Awakening. And he's just talking about this area. And then, taking form in your world consumes quite a bit of energy. We'll stay here in the meantime, barring emergencies. So they're going to hang out here unless we go into the Idolospheres. And then they'll help us out. So yeah, that's that.
Makes sense.
I don't know if I'm talking to Seda. She's got some other crap too. Oh. Okay, so Maiko wants to talk to us. Let's go talk to her. Okay. So let's do this. We'll do a little bit of cleanup, and then we will see where we stand.
Already.
Oh, is she drinking? She might be drinking already.
She's already drunk, huh?
She might be. I forget. No. Okay, so Tsubasa is being booked for a lesson. So she's going to go through dancing and voice training so that she can become a singer. So now we're going to meet probably my favorite character in this game, Barry Goodman. He's a white guy. He's just he's a weeaboo.
Oh, that's why he's your favorite character.
Yeah, I just happen to like the only white guy. No, he's hilarious.
Sure. Or maybe you identify with him because he's a weeaboo.
I don't like anime. Anime's a mistake.
Anime's a mistake.
So the better of a performer that you are, the better that your Mirage Master abilities will also be.
Cool. So, how many people in your party will be a Mirage Master again?
There are 7 characters in your party, and they're all going to be Masters.
They're all going to be, okay.
Yep. Now we're going to find out that Barry himself used to be a Mirage Master. He used to be the drummer of a very popular rock band. I think he was the drummer. He used to be in an old popular 80s rock band, and then he lost his Mirage.
Happens to the best of them.
Yeah, that's what Coke does to you.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, let's go down to Japan. So, now we're on the map screen. I can go to Shibuya, or I can go to the observatory again. Doesn't really matter where I go. There's nothing really in the observatory yet. But occasionally you'll find other characters and side quests in other areas. Now, the unique thing about this game is that no side quests will actually... none of the major character side quests you can activate during chapters. You can only do them in between, in the intermissions. So it's kind of weird in that regard. Very long cutscene of them just showing off Japan. Cool. There we go. Got a text. Or a topic, I should say.
You should say.
I should say. Tsubasa just says, "Ah! What's wrong? What's wrong? Our first lesson's about to start." And then, oh, Maiko, it's a group chat. Maiko says, "I see Tsubasa's nice and nervous." And Maiko says again, "The studio I'm having you two visit today is the Uzume lesson studio. It should be right across the street from the train station. It has a really flashy sign. Can't miss it. Looks like you still have some time, though, so why don't you check out Shibuya while you're looking for the studio? Tsubasa, this is going to be your first step into the entertainment world. There'll be good times and there'll be bad times, but just remember, it'll all help you become a star. See you later." So now we can go through. We can go to the He-Ho Mart. I don't know if those are words or not, but let's cross the street. We'll go to the mart. We'll see what we can buy. And we can also buy jewelry, but I don't have money for jewelry, so.
Ah, that sucks.
Now, if you look in the top left of the screen, there's a little thing there from Tiki. So I have a text from her. So if I look through what she says, "Did I surprise you? Toma gave me your contact info. I'll use topic to help you out always. Good luck, everyone." And then she did an emoji. So she'll actually text us too somehow. I don't know how that works, but she can text us. Okay, now I'm in the He-Ho Mart. I can do some shopping. They also have this cool thing, which is there's a lottery. So every time you buy weapons, or weapons, items, anything, you get a lottery ticket, and you can turn those lottery tickets in to get free items.
Cool.
Let's get some. Buy a little bit of everything. Let's see. Didn't mean to cancel out there.
The He-Ho Mart.
Okay, that's good enough. Buy a little bit of a couple things here. There are little, achievements for spending a certain amount of money, for getting a certain amount of lottery tickets. There's literally achievements for pretty much everything you do in this game. So it's a good way to keep track of it if you wanted 100% the game, it's a good way to keep track of it.
What do darts do?
I believe darts are just a thrown item. You can just use them.
Okay.
I don't think they're useful.
Yeah, they're probably, if it's like other RPGs, they're worthless if they're a throwing item.
Okay. Now, the thing about Shin Megami Tensei is that what you actually use to fight is... You wouldn't have like a sword yourself, or well, you would, but your main form of attack would actually be with the creatures you capture. So Shin Megami Tensei is kind of like Pokemon almost. This game doesn't do that, but it has elements of that in the arena, which I'll show you later. God, I love Barry Goodman. He's just this fat neckbeard who's wearing an anime shirt. In a world of terrible singing, only one man can make it sound good again. Barry Goodman has arrived.
Barry, Barry, Barry. It just says heavy-set man.
Yeah. I remember Barry Goodman was once one of the guitarists at one of Kiria's live concert a few years back. Apparently he was a guitarist for a famous American rock band, and his solo album sold millions. But that Barry Goodman was a lot more athletic looking than him, so it's probably a different person. Afraid not, Tsubasa. You're looking at him. What? How much weight did you put on? Don't worry about it. This little lady's got a point. Barry Goodman's just a merry fat man now. Yeah, that's all in the past now. Okay. So yeah, Barry's great. He trains you. There's nothing really training wise that you do here. This is mostly just cutscenes and character building.
Yeah.
And he wants to get done early because, what, don't you know? Today's the release date for a figure from the best anime ever, Dia Witch Iroha. And they've only got a couple limited editions that would come with a special bonus. I have to get there in time.
You gotta hurry.
What, you've got something to say? I'm not allowed to be a fanboy? Huh? If I can't buy the limited edition, my life is over! So I need you guys to cooperate and finish this quick.
Barry's a real piece of work, man.
If we don't make it out in time, Itsuki, I'll just make you get in line with me. I got it. Triple speed's fine by me. Barry's fucking amazing.
I love the eyebrows over the bandana, you know?
That's just true. Okay, so now he's trying to get her to sing, but she's too shy to sing. No! How many times do I have to tell you? I can't feel an ounce of your soul in your singing. If you're gonna howl and wail, get in the alley with the dogs. Listen, Tsubasa, my training can help your voice, but you think you're gonna move anyone singing like that? No. Because that's what I'm hearing. Keep singing like that, and there'll be no point putting you on a stage. You're an entertainer now, Tsubasa. A professional. People are gonna pay big money to see you perform. You need to understand what it means to be a professional. If you can't do that, quit now and get out of showbiz.
Barry is being very, very mean right now.
Yeah. So now he's telling her that she can't sing for herself. She has to sing for other people. That's how she's gonna get like the lesson out of this whole chapter.
Yeah. Kazusuko said, "Is that Naruto?"
He kind of a little bit looks like him. Stop! Stop! This is a waste of time. I could have been doing something actually productive, like watching anime. I fucking love this guy.
At least he's honest.
God. It sounds like I was reading that late. I just wasn't sure if I was going to read that line, and then I saw the anime line, and I had to. So for anyone who
It's
thinks...
okay. We forgive you. It's okay.
No, for anyone who thinks we're out of sync, we're good. We're good. Okay, so now she's thinking about her sister.
This is a really long conversation with Barry.
Oh no, he left. He stormed out.
Yeah, he just left. I'm saying it was, is what I should
Oh
say.
yeah, yeah.
So this is taking place in between chapters?
This is actually part of the chapter.
Okay, it is.
Any training that goes on will always be part of the chapter, like anything with Barry.
All right.
And now we're meeting.
And
Kiryu.
we have not done any of the side stuff yet, right?
No.
So that's what I'm getting confused about. This is the part of the first chapter?
This is part of chapter 1. We finished the prologue
Okay,
and we started chapter 1.
Prologue anymore. Okay.
Yep. There's a little pop-up on the loading screen.
Because I thought you said you did side quests in between chapters.
I wasn't sure if there was anything I could do, but the only thing I could do in between, like when the chapter starts, was buy stuff at the mart.
Oh, because it was the prologue, probably. That makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, once you go into Barry's studio, that's when the new chapter officially starts. So now Kiryu's kind of trying to explain to us what Tsubasa needs to do as a singer. Because she's still just trying to sing instead of to sing to send a message.
You have to sing for other people.
Okay, and then to try and show us what she means, Kiria just gave us some tickets, so we're gonna go to a concert soon. Should I say, what's this, or are you asking me out?
Are you asking me out?
Okay, good. Are you asking me out? Tickets to my live concert. Concert? You should go come watch it with her. It's up to her what she takes away from it, but I'm sure that she'll... Huh. Well, never mind. Yashiro Tsurugi's my co-star. He's a top-class artist. I'm sure his performance skills can inspire you to be a better master. Okay, so now we know how the chapter's going to start. And that's with that concert. Oh, we got a topic from Tsubasa. Sorry I left without you today. Sad face. I was feeling a little down earlier, but I plan on trying my best still. And then I could say, I'm glad to hear it, or I've got a surprise for you. Let's say I've got a surprise for you.
Yeah, of course.
A surprise? I actually got tickets from... I actually got tickets direct from Kiria to her concert. Are you serious right now? Super serious. Do you want to go watch it with me? It's this joint concert thing called Civ Live or something. Civ Live? The one at the 106? She's all caps, by the way. Yeah, that's the one. OMG, I can't believe this! And then, happy puppy dog face? I guess? I don't know what that face is. Wait, so if I hadn't gone home, I would have been able to get these tickets directly from Kiria? Herself? Ah! I'm so stupid! I should have gone home! At least you get to go to the concert, right? But I feel like I totally missed out, sad face. Well, I'm glad you're back to normal. I'll give you your ticket the day of the concert in front of the lesson studio. Thank you. And then a weird another emoji face. Okay, so now I can change my outfits for like the wardrobes for the battles and stuff, which is nice. Once the game loads. There we go. Oh, another topic from who? From whom? From Toma. He says, oh, by the way, Itsuki, you see that scroll bar on the top far right of the topic screen? If you press the very bottom of it, you can just skip ahead to the most recent messages. Wonders of modern technology, right? Don't skip over any of my messages, though. Okay, that wasn't important. Also a map. That's nice. I didn't notice there was a map when I first played this game. That'd be very helpful.
Maps are good.
Okay, so let's talk to Tsubasa. And the concert's about to start. Oops, I skipped through things. Whoopsie. Yeah, the game has an auto skip button for text, so it'll like fast forward through everything, which is nice. But now we're back to anime.
I love stuff like that for like the second or third time you play it. You know?
Yeah, it's very nice. So if you press the X button, you'll just skip through the text, but if you press the Y button, you can just have it like auto scroll through the text, so that'll like just keep going once it finishes a sentence.
Just like Codex.
Yep. And now this is the first song of the game. Now I'm not one for J-pop at all, but I actually like the songs in this game. It's weird. But yeah, I'm gonna try and keep talking over this because I don't know if these will get copyright claimed. And I don't want to get copyright claimed, so I'm just gonna keep saying words. This song in particular is really nice. This is like the main theme of the game, more or less. I don't know how any of this. I don't know how they have all this technology for her to rise up on a floating platform like she's doing right now. If you really want to hear what the song sounds like, you can look it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
But again, I'm gonna keep speaking.
But we have to be on the safe side by saying words and like like this song right now is happening, but we don't really want people to hear it because of copyright issues.
Yeah, because I've heard that Atlas is not very fond of streaming. So this game they didn't care about. But if I were to have streamed Persona 5 right now, if I had gotten too far in the game, they would have copyright striked me. Not
I believe you
copyright
have
claimed.
1 month, I think, and then after that they will strike you.
I believe that's what it is. Yeah. So yeah, that was the first song of the game. A little short. They're all like a minute or two
Is
long.
that the game's like theme song? Or?
That's the main theme of the game. It's called Reincarnation, which fits a lot of the themes of the game, where like you're reincarnated into an idol. The Mirage Masters are reincarnated themselves. You know. All
Do you
that.
like it?
Yeah, I think it's a good theme.
Okay. I didn't know if you were just saying that to make filler or if you really, really liked it.
No, I enjoy most of the songs in this game. There's one later on where the characters have Splatoon costumes, and it's a Splatoon song. And I don't know why it's there, but it's fucking hilarious. So yeah, Tsubasa's in like bliss right now. And now it's starting to hit her, where like she needs to know what she needs to do when she's singing to try and have this reaction that Kiria gets out of the crowd. And now she's inspired. Now the interesting thing about Itsuki, oh, this is gonna be a thing that's gonna happen, is she just got a new, I forget what they call these, but this cutscene happens whenever they learn a lesson, because this is anime, where you get a new ability from learning your lesson.
Virus just said that they updated that, and now you can get through like July 7th instead of April 7th. So I guess you get 3 more months.
Oh, well, that's good. Because on their official page, I thought about streaming Persona 5. On their
And
official
according
page,
to Virus, they don't even claim that they'll copyright strike you anymore. So maybe they've kind of loosened up on that a little.
Well, no, I just read that. What I saw was actually, they according to their website, they still say that they will strike. Last I checked.
All right, but at least they give you 3 more months, which is a decent amount of playtime.
Yeah, still not enough to actually beat the game, so I wouldn't want to. Like, if I'm going to stream a game, I want to go through from start to finish. You know?
Or at least be able to have that ability to beat it. Because if people want to keep watching, then that would suck. You know, like, well, that's all I can do, guys. It's a month. So
yeah. So this little glowing ball, this is what Performa actually is. So she has a new ability she could use. So I could actually use Performa if I use enough EP for it. And that'll be like a super special attack that'll like either do a shit ton of damage, do like a super status debuff, heal my whole party. It depends on the character and what the move is.
yeah, like an ultimate or something.
Essentially, yeah. But now, bad things are happening.
Hello, Myth Mako.
Is she your waifu?
Yep, that's waifu.
Not even fucking 3 hours into this game and you already have a waifu.
I know, right? You've converted me.
You fucking weeb.
He said they essentially want to block the spoilers and that the July 7th is near the end of the game. So.
No, I totally get blocking spoilers, but the game's been out like a month and a half now. I don't think... Actually, the game's been out 2 years because of Japan, but... Yeah. I think at this point they could just call it because it's been the first week. That's when most of your sales are going to come. If anything, at this point, streaming would probably help them. But Atlas be weird.
Atlas be wildin'.
Okay, so I'm thinking...
You know, speaking of Atlas, you know, Skygunners.
Skygunners is a game published by Atlas, but not made by Atlas. So this character right here, if I remember correctly, this is actually Tsubasa's sister. I think. And I'm pretty sure... Yep. Yep, no, it's Tsubasa's sister.
The silhouette thing is weird.
It's a very Persona thing that they do. Persona does that one too.
Yep.
Uh-oh, lady going cray.
Ooh, a mysterious woman. Hey, Kiri look like she about to do work.
Yeah, see, I thought... Oh, shit, Kiria. I thought that Tsubasa's sister would be, like, the final boss of the game, but she's, like, the first chapter's boss. So, like, they solved this really quick. And because she just attacked Kiria, Kiria jumped in the way to save Tsubasa from getting killed there. Tsubasa's sister is kind of like in the middle of being conflicted now, so she's trying to break out of her spell. But she's going to go into that giant vagina first.
Right. That's the best place to go. It's a shame I'll never play this.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
You never know.
I mean, the Wii U should be super cheap before long.
I doubt that.
Yeah, really? Why?
We're at the point in game collecting where like rare games and systems don't tend to go down in value that much anymore. Like at GameStop they may drop them in price a little bit, but even then there's only 12 million Wii U's out there.
Oh, okay.
And that's in the
Typical
world.
Nintendo stuff then. Okay.
Yeah, like the Dreamcast obviously the Dreamcast is down to like $50 in price, but I don't think the Wii U is bottlenecked by the fact that you need a gamepad, and the gamepad's going to get less and less common as time goes on because they're going to break or something's going to go wrong. And until we get a third-party gamepad, I don't think we're going to really see the Wii U drop in price.
Fair enough.
Honestly, I'm kind of hoping this game gets a Switch port. I don't expect it will, but if it did, then that would only leave like 3 Wii U games that haven't been ported. Because at this point, I would, as much as I love my Wii U, if I could, I would just rebuy the games on Switch and move on.
Yeah.
Because a couple months ago, well, actually a month ago, I was playing Splatoon. My buddy wanted to play Splatoon 1, and obviously that's a Wii U game. So I grabbed my Switch controller and I tried to like play the Wii U with that, and my other friend who's sitting next to me goes, "Dude, you have the wrong controller." I was like, I literally said out of instinct. I didn't mean this as a joke. I said I don't want to go back, and then I realized what I said, and I felt really bad.
Aw.
Poor Wii U.
I know,
You
right?
piece of shit!
You fucking piece of shit game!
You're fucking trash! Nah, I like the Wii U.
It got a bad rep, though.
Yeah, it kind of earned it, but it has a bad rep.
Kinda earned it, huh?
Okay, so I think we will actually call it here, because the prologue was a lot longer than I remember it being.
I know, right? Probably like 2 hours long.
So we will call it here, and then next time we do a stream, which will be weather pending next Friday, we will go through more Tokyo Mirage Sessions, and we will finish up Chapter 1 and probably do some miscellaneous stuff. Do you want to hang around? We'll call it for now, and we'll come back. We might stream Ratchet. You want to do that, Brax?
Yeah, we can do that. That'll work for me.
Okay, so why don't we say at 5? At 5 o'clock, we'll come back, and we're going to stream Ratchet and Clank. We're going to finish it off.
Awesome.
Okay, so we will...
And then tonight, I might start it.
Well, you're starting the other Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, on PS4.
Yeah, so I will make sure to plug you when we get to that point in the stream. Okay, so let me save real quick, and then we will call it. For anybody that's been watching, thank you very much. Make sure you come back next week and later now for both streams of this and for Ratchet and Clank, and make sure you subscribe for more.